Don't be
Alright, so on my second trip back, I did not have the money to buy Black Cleaver straight out, and Doran's blade would not have covered the rest of the price. So instead of buying another dagger and rushing that cleaver faster, I figured I would go for the lifesteal because it would keep me in lane longer, and it's just in general very useful on Caitlyn.
Right.
Never take that much time buying your items, by the way. I was just iffy on whether I should buy the dagger first, but I decided on a vampiric scepter, so
Hot on the train.
I start heading back to my lane. I noticed Jin Zhao right here is in like a lot of trouble. I thought they were going to tower dive him, but I guess they weren't. And when I got up here, I saw Corky was really low on HP, so I was just like, oh, ult time. And got a free kill on him because Kassadin did not jump in and rift walk in the way, which he could have done. He could have saved Corky right there by rift walking straight into the way of my ult, but he might have thought that he wasn't able to
I have the tools for the job.
survive it. I'm not sure. Anywho, I just got back to my lane, decided to start last hitting again. Blitzcrank came up. I was kind of testing the waters with him right here. I wasn't sure how much armor he had already. I wasn't sure how much health he had, if what he could tank. So right here I was just shooting at him a couple times. I still am able to do a bit of damage against him, but until I have my cleaver, I know I won't be that effective, so I let him push forward a bit. Well, not I let him push forward a bit, but I stand back a bit. And then I see Kassadin come in, so I get back even more because I don't want to be ganked. I don't want to be grabbed by Blitzcrank and then have Kassadin kill me, so I have to play it safe here. I thought they were both going into the other lanes, but I have no idea where Kassadin went right here. I pinged it just so my teammates would be careful, but Kassadin just disappeared and Blitzcrank comes straight back into the lane. I'm not sure what he was doing. They were probably just trying to confuse me or something and get a gank on me, but it didn't work right here. Now my teammate's up in the lane. I saw Alistar was sitting in the bush, but he didn't come to help when I got attacked, so I wasn't sure what Alistar was going to do. So I can still survive another grab by Blitzcrank as long as, provided that there's nobody else coming to gank me, and I see everybody is in their lanes right now, so I wasn't too worried about it.
Time for a shakedown.
Here I move forward, hit the tower a couple times. Blitzcrank grabs me and tries to kill me again, but my null magic mantle is working well on him as well as Kassadin. He can't do that much damage, and my lifesteal is keeping me right back up there with him, so the lifesteal was definitely a good buy. It kept me in the lane a lot longer.
So little time.
I'm not sure why I netted there. I think I was trying to Q, but I screwed up. And then Gangplank came in with an ult, so I had to move back. Zin just stayed in. I'm not sure why.
Sorry, boys.
Either way, I have a lot of health pots, so I'm just using those and keeping my health up with my lifesteal at the same time. Corpke is moving forward for some reason, even though he has no chance of 1v1ing me, and none of their squishies do at this point. So I was not sure what he was doing, but he moved back as soon as I shot him a couple times.
So many bad guys. So
everybody went back to their lane, so I can push again. And I think this is where I take the tower. I'm not sure. But yeah, getting a lot of last hits in, which is really good. Letting me farm is not a good thing for their team to be doing. And my team tells me to take the mid tower, and I was definitely already doing that. But now I know I have enough for Black Cleaver, so I go back just to make that purchase.
I love a good chase.
Definitely grab the Black Cleaver as early as possible. This helps you take down tanks a lot easier, as well as the squishies. And I also realized I didn't need my health pot anymore. I'd rather take a health ruby to get my phage faster. So went back and grabbed that. Still, try not to take this much time buying your items. it's best to keep staying in the lane, getting as many kills as fast as possible. And I saw a fight going on down here. A couple people
Want to see a
died.
hat trick?
I also see Rise coming from the right, so I know Garen will come to help. So I hit Garen a couple times to take down his armor. 3 times actually, so
Don't
it's a
be
full
caught
debuff.
flat-footing.
And then I use my ult. Taking them down with the full debuff before your ult, it does make it hit a lot harder, so it's actually safer on tanks to make sure you have the
Up
full
for a
debuff on them
showdown?
before you do that. Also, I just pushed the lane a tiny bit, made sure there was a trap there for Rise just in case, and
Let's
then moved
investigate.
to mid because I see Cassidon pushing a bit. He moves back. I thought he was trying to lure me here, but and I think it might have been a lure because Rise fell for it. I'm
Me?
pretty sure.
Miss?
I didn't
Not
look,
by a
though.
long shot.
Yeah, Rise gets ganked right here.
An ally has been slain.
Hot on
My
the
team
trail.
decides to move in, and then Blitzcrank shoots a grab to hit me and totally misses and gets Alistar instead. That's a really bad choice because it lets us hit on Corky. Corky gets
Who
flooded
doesn't
back,
like being under the gun?
and I do so much damage to them that they all have to run back. Well, Jhin and I did a lot of damage to them. It wasn't only me, I have to admit. And if they have to run back, we
Boom.
can take the tower
Headshot.
pretty easy, so I'm just trying to clear these minions as fast as possible. Shouldn't I start moving on the
Steady.
tower? But then Garen comes from the jungle. And I did not think that Jhin was going to stay on the tower, which he did. If I had stayed on the... I should have stayed on the tower. It was really bad play by me. But once I saw the turret go down and Jhin go down, I had to run, so... Also, that's how you place traps if you're running. Put it right in front of you and run over it. It's much harder to see that way.
I have the tools for the job.
Also, make sure you use your net first. I did that. I just wanted to make sure I emphasize that traps
Time
are
for a
much harder to see
shakedown.
if you're running over them. And it can help you get away a lot better.
Me? Miss? Not by a long shot.
Rise and I pushed here, and then I went into this bush and found Cassidon, who I didn't think I could fight, but then I found out
Don't
he
be
was
caught
not doing like
flat-footed.
any damage to me right here. So I just started attacking him, and I slowed him with the net so that Rise could fight. Then I took a lot of damage from gameplay,
Time for a shakedown.
so I had to run.
Slain.
Never do what I do right here, because I came back with the net and then flashed away, which was a really bad choice. I thought they would follow
I
back,
love a
but they
good
did not.
chase.
Enemy has been slain.
But the good thing about Caitlyn's ult is you can just get a sneak kill from really far away after you run from a fight. I didn't even turn
Let's
back
investigate.
that much. I actually flashed away before I turned back. That took a lot of time for me to get back there, and my ult still killed. Her ult still needs a buff, and it's not as useful
Meet the
as
long gun of the
many
law.
in the game, but it does come in handy in situations like that. Also, someone pinged Garen, so I made sure to get out of there. I probably shouldn't have netted over the wall. I probably should have stayed and hit Garen a couple times. Just to take his armor down, but... that was,
Got
again,
them in my
not
sights.
great play by me. And here we're just fighting,
An ally has been slain.
realized it wasn't going to go well once Jhin went down, so I placed a trap to help Alistar get away. His movement speed was way too slow, and he moved back to headbutt, which he probably should not have done. It got him exhausted, and so I just ran because I knew I could not help him at that point.
Hot on the trail.
Later, he blamed this on me, saying that I overextended when it was a team fight, but it doesn't matter. It's
So many
okay.
bad guys.
He
So
tanks
little
pretty well
time.
that game, so. Also, I thought I could get these kills. This was... I probably should have worn Pantheon, because most of them were up there earlier. I still get out of this situation with Ghost, so I don't die, because they all went to help Gangplank when Pantheon jumped him. So I go back since I'm close enough to base anyway, and I get
Want to see a hat
Phage
trick?
right here, and then I don't have enough money for really anything else. So I just move forward. I probably actually should have bought some pots
on the
there.
trail.
They would have definitely helped. But just as well, it didn't hurt me too much to not buy them. And I
Got some
saved in
nice
there with a
sights.
net.
Calibrating.
Also, if you're playing Pantheon, please, please ping to let me know you're about to ult in, because if I had known that earlier, I would have been able to do a lot more damage.
Let's investigate.
I'm not sure what Pantheon was doing right there. He was waiting for something, but I decided to go help him. Someone was about to die up there. I just wanted to get
Does
an
it
ult off on
being
them,
under the
but
gun?
then I realized my ult was on a huge cooldown, so I didn't worry. And I just killed him with auto attacks. I was just doing a ton of damage right there.
Want to see a hat trick?
Coming back into this team fight because it's going pretty well, and I try to ult someone here, I think. Oh wait, no, it's still on cooldown. Yeah, I wasn't
Not
able
the
to
long
ult
gun of the
anyone.
law.
I would have ulted Cassidon, but the turret was shooting me, so it was dangerous to do that.
Up for a showdown?
Now right after that fight, I stayed here because I thought if Cassidon came in, we could probably kill him. I wasn't sure how long it was going to be before
Boom.
they
Headshot.
respawned, but once they respawned, I started moving back, just because it's too dangerous to stay in there.
Sorry, boys.
Yeah,
I'll
right
keep the
here is
fuzzy
when they all
pads at
started
home.
coming back, and yep. And I think this is where Alistar blames
for a
me for
shakedown.
overextending. When I have no idea what he was talking about, but
I have the tools for the job. Oh.
yeah, there we go. Stop overextending, Caitlyn. So I told him he doesn't need to protect me in my lane, because I was far enough in front that I knew I could make it to the tower. Their exhaust was on cooldown, so it's not like I would have been slowed enough. Alistar just has such a bad move speed that he wasn't able to get back to the tower in time.
Me? Miss? Not by a long shot.
Now that I read what I said, it sounds a lot, like, angrier. I don't know. I don't know. At the time, I wasn't that angry. I was just telling him he doesn't need to be
Don't be caught
around me
flat-footed.
if he's afraid of a gank. Also, yeah, something was going on up here. I wasn't able to make it in time to really help anyone.
So many
So.
bad guys. So little time.
But we did get Garen down a decent amount. So, I think we did.
I
Right?
love it.
I just saw that, right? Anyhow, now that Caitlyn has frozen mallet, she's a lot harder to deal with. She should be able to pretty much survive
tools for the
most,
job.
like, two-man teams. She can run away pretty well from a two-man gank. You still want to stay out of like really bad situations. Don't go into 1v4s or anything.
Miss? Not by a
Right
long
here we're going
shot.
into gank Gangplank, who was way off on his own. Then move toward the tower because we know we can push it here. It's a 4v4 at its worst, and considering Gangplank is dead and we are
Up for
way
a
ahead of them.
showdown?
Turns out to be a 4v3, and Blitzcrank comes around, so I take him down as fast as I can. And then straight back on the Cassidon, he dies, so we got all of them. Then we can push the tower. I didn't see Garen below us on the minimap. I was not looking. So that was a mistake on my part, but I was able to kill the tower because I went back to the tower, so that was a good thing. Also, Gangplank bragging in chat that the only way we killed him is through a gank. So, which is kind of funny, because like right after this he gets soloed by Pantheon.
Doesn't like being under the gun.
And don't do that. I just like ran straight after double buff Garen. Not a good idea. Not a good idea to go after anyone with double buff, honestly. So, and I see Pantheon is gonna have trouble getting away, so I try placing traps. It causes Garen to have to juke, so it slows him down a bit, and then I get a net on him. Try if you're in a situation like this. That trap probably should have hit him. I thought it opened, but whatever. If you're in a situation where your teammate is running and they are way lower health than you, and you have the full health, you should probably try and help them. Garen right here tries to take tower dive, and Ryze comes in, and we just obliterate them because they've been building armor to stop me, and Ryze has just built stacks on the Vajayas the whole time.
Want to see a hat trick?
And here, Corki should have run into this, but instead he started moving south, and Ryze stunned him, so I got a free kill, and we got another kill on Corki because of it, so.
I have the tools for this.